What's going on, people? It's your boy Arry. In today's episode of Arry Talks, we're going to be talking about Nottingham Forest points deduction they received from the Premier League this week. Before we get started, can I please ask everyone to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to follow me on social media, as this would really mean a lot, at your boy Arry, YOURBOYARRY. This is Arry Talks podcast, bringing you exclusive off the pitch content. So let's get started. Nottingham Forest this week were deducted 4 points by the Premier League for breaching the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. The Premier League's profit and sustainability rules state that clubs cannot make over £105 million allowable losses over a rolling 3-year period. For 2 of the 3 years in question, Forest were a championship side, therefore meaning they had to adhere to the EFL's profit and sustainability rules. The EFL's profit and sustainability rules state that clubs cannot make more than £39 million allowable losses over a rolling 3-year period, a lot less than the Premier League's £105 million amount. For this period, it would give Forest a £61 million combined allowable loss limit for the period in question. Forest, however, made a £95 million combined losses for the period from 2021 to 2023, which is why they've been deducted 4 points by the Premier League. Forest have put this down to mitigating factors. One is they spent over £142.8 million in the summer of 2022 on 22 players just to build a competitive Premier League squad, a squad that could compete in the Premier League and not get them relegated, as they stayed up last season. They argued had they not spent this amount on this many players, they would have been relegated. The second factor they put down to is that they hadn't been in the Premier League for over 20 years, whereas the other 2 promoted clubs, Bournemouth and Fulham, had parachute payments to help them out. Parachute payments are a form of payment that relegated clubs receive when they get relegated from the Premier League to the Championship in order to help them acclimatise to the costs of being in the Championship, as they won't be receiving the same broadcast revenues. The third factor they put down to is they gambled on the sale of Brennan Johnson, selling him past their financial deadline in order to drive up his value. They argued that if they'd sold him before the 30th of June 2023, which is the last day of their financial year, they would have made the sale that would have brought them in line with the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. However, they sold him after that deadline, which was I think the 28th of August 2023, in order to drive up his value to get a higher amount. They said that Brentford had put £35 million on the table before the 30th of June deadline, but therefore they rejected it and received £47.5 million later from Tottenham Hotspur, as they made it a supply and demand situation where there was less time, so therefore they could demand more for the player. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Do you think Forest should have been deducted points? Let me know your thoughts, and please recommend any future topics you want me to talk about. This is Arry Talks podcast, bringing you exclusive off the pitch content. Thank you for listening.